prospecting for gold is such hard work. This precious resource will become more important once the piglin traders arrive. Today we will generate gold from thin air in the overworld. Our reserves will start to grow in readiness. Soon, we will be the wealthiest resident on the Legacy SMP server. That's right, today we are building a gold farm, but we're not going to build it in the nether because we are resetting the nether for 1.16 once it releases, and so all our hard work would be undone if we did that. So we're going to build a gold farm in the overworld. We're not going to touch the nether at all. This is just going to be an overworld build, and we're going to build it here in the site of our base. So as we're building up our base around it over the next few weeks, the gold will just be generating and coming into our stockpile, ready for 1.16. Because when the piglins arrive, we can do some bartering with them to get some really cool loot, and that is the plan, to get geared up ready for that. So first job is to dig a big hole, so let's get on with it, shall we? And here is the hole we have dug so far. We are not done yet. We've still got some more digging to do. We've made some good progress, but yeah, more digging is required. Now, I didn't have enough iron for a full beacon, so I've bought some iron from Sean from the shop. That was quite reasonably priced, so I didn't mind doing that. And we've got a full beacon to give us the haste 2, and that made short work of all of this. But yeah, we've still got some more to do a bit later on. We've also got some other jobs to do. I want to make a start on the bunker over at Fwip's cyberpunk base. So we've got a piston door to make over there, and hopefully we're going to work out who is the actual king of the server. Hopefully that will be resolved today as well. But before we get onto that, we need to get this boat ready because we have another resource to go and gather. Something very, very, very important for this farm, for this gold farm we're building. We need to go out sailing on the open water because we've got a special resource to find. I've been sailing across the 7 seas for what feels like ages, looking for what we're after, and I haven't found any just yet. And I'm sure you've guessed, we're after some turtles because we want some turtle eggs for our farm. That's going to be very useful indeed. I haven't seen any just yet. I've seen plenty of fish, I've seen squid, I've seen dolphins, but no turtles just yet. So yeah, we need to find a couple of those, breed them up, get some turtle eggs going, and that is going to be very useful for our farm. Now, as you've seen earlier, we've started digging that hole, and that's because the farm is going to be embedded into the mountain. So the most of it is going to be hidden away, so you can't see it. But this is actually going to form part of the floor of our base. So we're going to have a whole bunch of stuff going on underneath us as we're walking around. That's going to be pretty cool, because that's one of the goals of this of our base this year, is to have lots of movement, lots of things moving around, and this is one part of that. So. Just got to keep sailing around till we find some turtles, I guess. We've found one at last, but it's only one on its own. So I've boxed it in here so it can't escape, and marked it so everyone knows that it's mine if they come across it. But we need two. We need 2 turtles to breed to get the egg. Now, the way turtles work is they will only lay eggs on their home beach. So I was hoping to get 2 or more together and then just breed them up there and then, and they'll be on their home beach and they can just lay their eggs straight away. But if we've only got one, we've got to find another one, bring it over here, and then one of the turtles will be the parent, and then they're going to go off and lay their egg somewhere. If it's this one, I'm hoping they spawned here, we'll just lay an egg here. If it's the other one, it will swim off to wherever we get it from. So we might be on a bit of a journey today. So yeah, back into the boat, I think, and yeah, see if we can find another one. I found one. I got one. Got it into a boat, and now we're going to go back to the other one and see if we can breed them up. Yeah, this one was on his own as well, and it's actually not too far away, so hopefully this won't be too difficult. This is probably Faber's last words. It's time to make the magic happen. So let's free this one first, I think. And I've expanded the beach a little bit, and now I'm going to break this, but I've put hitboxes on because these things are quite big. There we go. Now we've got a seagrass. Give that a seagrass. He's in love mode. Same as this one. Where they find each other. They're coming together. What's going to happen? Which one's going to be the parent? Let's have a look. The one that's... Oh, I think they did it. Is that one big? I think that one's bigger. Okay, we've got to keep an eye on these now. Let's see what happens. There it is. There is the egg. We've made it. Okay, we've got one. So the other turtles just swam off. The other turtle, did the necessary and then legged it. So this one will grow up into a turtle. So that means that both of these two have home beaches right here. And then once we've got a couple of these eggs, then we can take them elsewhere and breed them where we like. But for the time being, we need to stand around here and yeah, make sure this one doesn't swim off. Make sure this one doesn't swim off. And yes, to wait here until we get a couple of eggs, breed them up, do a few cycles of that, and then we can go elsewhere to breed them where is actually more convenient. So I'm just waiting for the egg to hatch, and I went off and found these two, gave him some seagrass, and this is the one. This one is slightly bigger, so this one is going to lay the egg at some point. Just waiting for the magic to happen, really. So not quite sure where it's going to be because they only lay their eggs on their home beach, as I said. So this might be a journey. I'm not quite sure. So I've got to follow this turtle and see where we end up. I've found two more, and they're following the seagrass. So let's hit them up, and let's see. Hopefully one of those will become a parent. There we go. So I think that one got bigger. That one, I think. So just waiting for that one to lay the egg now. So let's get rid of the seagrass and let's see where they go. We've found quite a few now. There's another one over here. So the previous one has gone into a cave over there and just kind of sat there. So I've placed a whole bunch of extra sand down. So hopefully that one will lay an egg in a sec. We'll go and check that out in a minute. But this one, hopefully this is the beach, because this is where I found them. So hopefully this one will come up and lay an egg. There it is. There it is. And it's more than one. It's 3 eggs. Awesome. Okay, that's perfect. That is perfect. We just need to use our silk touch to grab these eggs. 1, 2, and 3. Yes. Okay, that's all we needed. That's all we needed, because we're not going to wait around here breeding up turtles. We're going to take them somewhere else, somewhere that's going to be a bit more productive. All right, awesome. Let's go. Here I am with 4 eggs. So the 3 we just picked up, and the one that was laid first of all. So I grabbed them all. None of them hatched, so we've got 4 eggs. And actually, technically speaking, 4 is all we need. But it's going to be much better. The farm is going to look a lot better if we've got more eggs. And I've come to this place at the end because we're going to plant these eggs right here. Try not to look at Enderman. I'm going to plant the eggs here so they can start hatching. Oh, particles. Cool. So they can do their thing. They can start hatching. They're going to take some time to do that. And while they are hatching, I've come to this place for a very particular reason. I've got my pick, and there's big towers of obsidian. These towers are going down because we need an obscene amount of obsidian. We need something like 7,000 blocks of obsidian. So I'm just going to chill here for a bit. I'm going to mine up all of this obsidian. So I've done this in my single player world, and I think the technique that I like the most is very simple. Is you take out a too high gap just here, and then I'm going to go up this ladder to the top and just look down and mine down 1 column at a time. And then when I get to here, I'll just drop down. There'll be a sound. There'll be a dropping sound, you know, when I take damage, because I'm going to be watching some streams, watching some videos as I do this, and then that will alert me that I'm at the bottom. Then I can go up and do it again. So hopefully it won't be too tedious. But yeah, this is going to be a bit of hard work. It turns out that turtle eggs take a very long time to hatch. None of them have hatched, and I've taken down 3 of these towers, and in that time they haven't hatched. So you can see that they've started to crack, so they have moved along, but it's just not working. So my plan here was to try and get these to hatch. So this would be their home beach, because that's the only place they lay their eggs, and then I could just breed up the turtles that hatch here as I'm taking down the towers. But it just hasn't worked. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick these up and keep these in storage, because I don't need turtles, I just need the eggs. So I think what I'm actually going to try and do is go back out into the overworld, find some turtles on a beach, and just stay there, kind of getting them to breed, and yeah, to kind of do it that way. I think that'll be quicker than kind of just sitting around here. So yeah, but yeah, taking down the towers is all done. I've not quite got the obsidian that I need. I need 2 double chests of obsidian. So I've got, that one's filled up, and this one is not quite there. So we're past halfway, but still got more to do. But I want to have a break from this. So I think I'm going to go off, do some more turtle breeding, try and get some more eggs. And then I think I'm going to go over to Fwip's bunker and make a start on the piston door. After lots of breeding of turtles, I've got all the eggs I need, and I'm now over here at Fwip's base, over in the cyberpunk area, and this is looking pretty cool. Look at this, amazing! such a good builder, and this I think this is the last thing he built. This kind of flower thing. It's pretty cool, right? But this is underneath the bunker. So the bunker's in here underneath this flower, and this is what we're going to work on. So what we're going to have here is a little bit of a recap. Is we're going to have some trials for Sausage to get his pick back that he brought into the dragon fight, which was illegal. That was not allowed. So we're going to We're going to give it back to him eventually, but he's got to work for it. So the first thing to do is to add a piston door here. So that's the plan for today. And then there's going to be an elevator that goes down to there, and there's going to be a bunch of trials for him, which I've already designed up, but I'm not going to build those today. They'll probably do that next time. So what I'm going to do now is, build this piston door. So this is a design not by me. This is by Spacewalker, who is a specialist in piston door design. He's super cool. So there'll be a link in the description to this piston door and to his channel. So go and check him out. He's really cool. And yeah, this is where it's going to be. So we need to build this thing up. So let me get some blocks down. I've got all the bits and pieces I need right here. I'm just going to follow the tutorial, and then we can try this thing out. And there it is, the door is in place. So I followed the tutorial, it was very easy to build. So if you want to build this yourself, then go and check out that link in the description. But let's see this thing in action. So you can see here that this is the surround, just like this. So it's nice and clean. So Fwhip can swap these blocks out if he likes for something else. And the way we open and close it at the moment is just this lever right here. All closed, nice. And open. So very, very straightforward. And of course, we can walk through here just like that. Now, what we actually want to have is we want to have somewhere over here where we can throw in a key and the door will open if you throw in the correct key. So what we're going to have to do here is add an item filter for the key and then wire that up to the on and off switch, which is just over there. So a little bit, we have to dig some of this up, bit of redstone here, item filter. And if the correct item is put in, lead the signal all the way up over there. I've added the item filter for the key. It's just there underneath that black carpet. So this is the big test. So the door is closed. So if we have a way for you to throw a key into here, door opens. Yes. And if I throw anything else in, just like this, nothing happens. Well, it's already open, but I've got this button over here to close the door. Nice. Let's just throw in any other item just to make sure it doesn't get opened. Nice. So you can only get in if you actually have a valid key. So I've got a few here, and I'll give these to Fwhip for him to... there we go. Awesome. So let's have a quick look at this thing. So not too bad. So there we had our lever was up there. So we just have to basically power that block to open the door up. So all I've got underneath is a standard item filter, just like this, which I'm sure everyone has seen before. Can't get around there, but there it is. And then there is a filter. So there is our bunker key with some filter items in there. And then if the signal comes through here, then the torch that's behind this observer has a state change because the key is correct, which then moves this redstone block over there. So basically this redstone block, if it's over there, the door's open. If it's over here, the door is closed. And that's basically how it works. And then we've just got this other button here, which is a reset, which will close the door and obviously move that redstone block back over there. So the door to the bunker is done. That's good stuff. And then next time we will make some progress on the trials for Sausage so he can try and earn his pig back. I have done it again. I have totally underestimated how long a project is going to take. And as you can see, I'm now placing down the obsidian that I mined. And obviously when I place the block right like this one, I've got to remove it. We're in our base. I've dug out a whole bunch more stuff, and we're laying down this obsidian. Now, some of you will know what I'm up to, but for those that don't, let me tell you, we are going to be using nether portals, and that is how we're going to generate our gold, because pigmen spawn in portals. So how that basically works is the more portal blocks you have, so they're obviously the swirly blocks in the middle, they're the portal blocks. The more of them you have, the more chance you have of pigmen spawning. And if you have enough of them, you get a steady stream of pigmen. And that's what we're going to do here, basically. So we're going to dig out this here, like I've done here. Got to do it on all four sides. So I've kind of marked them out already underneath. So that's how far back they go. And then we're going to line them all with obsidian, as I'm doing here. And then we're going to light them all up to give us loads and loads of portal blocks. That will give us a steady stream of pigmen, and we're going to lure them to their death with the turtle eggs. So that will come in a bit later on, but that's basically how the farm is going to work. And the good thing about this kind of farm is it doesn't interact with the mob cap at all. So what happens here is it doesn't matter if there's other players on the server loading mobs wherever they are, the pigmen are still going to spawn here. So that doesn't matter. Now, obviously, the pigmen here will count to the mob cap, so that might affect other people's farms. So, we're only going to be loading this as when we're here. But apart from that, this farm won't be affected. So, no spawn proofing required, but a lot of digging. And that's only because I want to hide it. Of course, you can build this anywhere. But yeah, I've taken the hard route. So what I need to do now is I need to continue digging all of these things out, laying down all of the obsidian. Then we can light up the portals and get the killing chamber sorted out. But then we'll be well on our way. But this is taking forever, and I've still got more obsidian to mine. So while I do this, let me show you a clip that we filmed a little bit earlier on. This is the conclusion of of the battle of the kings of who is going to be king of the server. We had a jousting match, myself and Sausage. So let's go over to the jousting arena and see what happened.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the jousting arena. We have the two kings claiming to be claimed kings. I don't know, whatever you guys want to call yourselves here. We have Logical Geek Boy and Mythical Sausage, who have finally decided to join each other outside of the battlefield for a new form of a battlefield here in the jousting arena. We've chatted a little bit about what this is here. Vigo Man and I have set this one up so we can have some peaceful thing. As I know, castles are besieged, dogs are kidnapped, pickaxes are disappearing, swords are disappearing. What is wrong with you guys? You guys are just cruel. What is?
I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
I thought we were supposed to be friends here. Come on, guys.
Sausage is the bad king.
Bubbles is missing, and I'm blaming everybody until I find her, okay?
All right, so Sausage, Logical, please step forward, shake hands. May the best man win.
Whoa!
Oh. What? I can't see anything.
I'm invisible!
Jousters to your corners.
You are a jester, not a wizard.
This is going to be easy.
I'm just gonna hit that boat.
Right, I'm ready.
This is evil religion at stake here.
All right. Take number 2. Logical Geek Boy, are we ready?
I'm ready. I was born ready for this, sir.
Who said that?
Mythical
Can't see
Sausage,
anyone.
Are you ready?
You can't see me.
Just look for
Alright,
the bubbles.
Vigo,
Get it?
and
Just look for
Beereth.
the bubbles.
Your call, my friend.
Shut your mouth.
I'm pressing the button. The bubbles.
Oh, here we go.
2 empty boats.
What's going on?
What is this?
I shot a boat.
Oh, this is too good.
Why are you on the ledge?
I've found my
I don't
boat.
have a boat anymore.
I can just see a floating boat.
I got another boat. I got another boat.
I can't breathe.
Oh gosh. Oh, what's going on? I'm stuck. No.
I got him. Hey! Wait a minute. You
Illegal
can't kill me.
play. Illegal play.
Free heads, free heads.
Oh,
How is
no.
that
I
illegal?
call cheating. Mythical Sausage, are you ready?
Ready.
Whoa.
And Logical Geek Boy, are you ready?
I am ready.
Pressing the button.
Let's go. The one true king.
Charge! One day we'll charge.
I got you.
They are the worst at this.
I got you.
I got you too.
Get out of here.
Oh, I'm so good at this. I'm
You're
gonna
not
shoot
even
in
in the
boats.
track anymore.
Okay, so this is the decider. So it's 2-2, right?
That's it.
It's 2-2.
This is the decider.
First person
Okay.
to
Fire
3.
arrow disappears.
Okay.
There you
All
go.
right,
Yeah.
we got
There you
this.
go.
This is easy. I got this. Come on now. Come here, like you stupid.
Oh no! Turn around.
The first proper jousting round. I think that was.
Come on.
Ah, I missed again.
Oh,
Too fast.
Turn
This
around.
is too fast. Somebody help me. Somebody help. I can't. I don't know what's happening. Stop.
Sitting duck.
Oh no, I still missed.
Logic, those your chance.
I'm turning around. I'm turning
Come
around.
on.
He's got a faulty oar. His boat's out of control.
Something's
It's not
happening.
working.
Something's happening.
This is too difficult.
Oh god.
I'm retreating.
This time. This time.
I'm so dizzy right now. I can't even see.
Look at Logical slowly plotting his.
get him!
Oh, no, not him then. Oh, I must have.
No.
Must have been
on,
close.
I got-
Right, let's go. Ready? Yeah. Yes, I
Yo,
got
there
the boat. Yeah, at last.
Get out of
At
here.
last,
Apples for
yes. That means I'm the true king. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it all along.
3 points of logic.
I was never worried for a second.
You win fair and square. I got really dizzy there. I didn't know what I was doing. Here you go, your blade.
Oh, at last.
Oh wow.
Thank you. I've been missing. I'm missing my blade. Thank you so much.
There is another prize for winning Logic.
Also, have some of this. Have some of my
Thank
fish.
you,
It was
thank
some
you.
fresh
Hold on.
fish.
There's
Thank you,
another
sir.
prize.
Oh yeah.
Yes, there's another prize.
Oh.
What's
This is an anonymous email. It was said to go to the Meat King, but I decided that you can do whatever you want with it.
Oh. Okay. Okay. So this is a
Skipped
message.
in bed.
This is a message from Anonymous to Sean Bits. It says this email is
Wait,
to go
Anonymous, like
to
the
the
hacker
man with the meat in his name. What does that mean?
Oh, that's me.
I'm in a dungeon. No, not the new game, but the one you call your own. where a bell goes ding. That's it. That's
What?
a clue. That's a clue to something. What could it mean?
In my dungeon?
In your dungeon, where the bell goes ding.
Oh, I have a dungeon? I know what
We all
that
know
is.
you got some weird stuff down there, dude.
Don't talk about it. You don't talk about those things. Jim.
Maybe there's something there you want to check out. Who knows?
Huh. Okay,
Yeah,
in my
good luck,
dungeon? Wait.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if
bubbles?
there's something down there and he just like tore apart all of our homes to try
There
and
you go.
find bubbles, but there was something in his
There
house?
was the message. It's a message for
Is
you.
it
So
the
His house all along.
Yeah, real thorough of you there, Sausage.
If
Way to
my
go, buddy.
dog's in my basement the whole time, I'm leaving.
no one took it after all. You had it that whole time. Shame
Let
on
me
you,
check all the
sir.
pages. There's 100 pages here. Let me check all of them just in case.
Oh my.
Oh, no.
Why am I-
And there we have it. It is settled. I am the true king of the server. We managed to beat Sausage in that friendly jousting match. That was a lot of fun and a lot of derps. So yeah, we've realised how bad we are at any kind of PvP. But let's get back on with what we're doing here. I've done a lot of digging. Look at this. I am seriously reconsidering my life choices right now. I have dug around just over 7,000 obsidian from the end towers. I've taken down 6 end towers to do this. Oh, craziness! And of course, dug out all of this land as well. So that was a lot of work. But we're on the final straight. Actually, it may not look like much, but we've done a lot of work and we're almost there. So here we have, or what will be, a bunch of portals. So in total, if you add all the portals together in all 4 wings, we're going to have a total of 84 portals, and each portal is 21 by 21 on the interior side. So that means there's going to be a grand total of 37,044 portal blocks that all can spawn pigmen. That's quite a lot. And what's going to happen is we're going to have our turtle eggs over here on these bricks. So for example here, we're going to put them all the way along, line all the way along like that. And then when a pigman spawns over here on the obsidian, they're going to see the egg and run towards it. And when they get to here, this is where we're going to have the bubble column that's going to take them all the way up to the very top. Then they're going to be swished over to the center and then drop down again to die of full damage. And all their bits and pieces are going to get shot back up to the very top for storage. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to design it just yet. I think obviously the top is going to be glass so we can see it all happening from the very top, but inside here we're probably not going to ever see this stuff in here. So I was considering doing glass. You could see the pigmen coming up, but in reality we're probably never going to come down here. So I'll think about what I'm going to do there. But yeah, that's the next job really, is just to finish this up. Just get the water columns in place and then light up the portals, and then it's pretty much done. There's not actually that much to it. There's no kind of redstone to worry about. Just a little bit of a collection system here, just some hoppers, and then shooting the items through a column right back to the very top. So I guess that's what we've got to do next, is get this thing finished off. We're almost there. All we've got to do now is place the eggs and light the portals, and we are good to go. So what I've done here is, you can see I've got a collection area for the pigmen to land on. A bunch of hoppers, goes into a dropper, and all the items go up this glass tube all the way to the top. We haven't got storage just yet. That's something we can add later on, but we need to plant all of the eggs down here for the pigmen to see. And I've added water sources and soul sand for the bubble columns. That's all been done. That took a long time using kelp to do that. And I've lit just the first portal only on each side, just so just to keep the water in place. And that's basically it. So what we need to do now is lay these eggs down to attract the pigmen, and then go in and light all the portals. So basically going to be doing a whole bunch of this. Now we don't necessarily have to have a turtle egg on every single block, but I'm going to do that only because the pigmen will then pathfind to the nearest egg, and then we'll get pigmen coming up at every single block, rather than if they all gather around one egg, they'll all come up in the same place. And I want to kind of disperse the pigmen as much as possible. So we need to do all of the eggs, and then we need to come in, place down the last of the soul sand there. I've added a little gap there, and then get my flint and steel and start lighting up all of these portals. Look at it, look at the size of that thing. So gotta do this stuff. This is going to be interesting. Oh, there's a torch there, so I've got to get rid of the torches, of course. Get rid of that, and then light this one. Yes, okay. So let me go through this and light all of the portals, get all the eggs in, and then see if this thing actually works. Well, I would say this thing is working. Look at this. We're getting a constant flow of pigmen, and it doesn't matter if anyone else is online, these pigmen will still spawn. As long as I'm in the area, that means a constant flow of gold. As you can see, it's coming up the item elevator there, and all of the pigmen fall down there and land and die. Now, sometimes you get chicken jockeys. They will survive, but they will despawn in the end, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, apart from that, we get a steady flow of pigmen the whole time. Awesome. So, as we're building up our base now, we're going to have a good supply of gold coming in without having to AFK in the nether, and obviously not building anything in the nether at the moment because obviously we're going to reset that. So that's the whole point of building this in the overworld. So this is something here. So obviously there's a lot of work still to do. Got to get this stuff into a collection system. Got to do some decorating because this place doesn't look all that great so far, but it's a good start. Getting some functional stuff in our base already, and I'm thinking this is going to be the floor, right? So we can build up maybe a storage system around here, and then as we're just milling about in our base, I guess this tower is going to go a little bit higher, but then just underneath us as we're doing our thing, we're going to have pigmen just, you know, spawning and falling down to their death. Awesome. This is really cool. All right, so one last thing is I've heard there is something back at my base I need to check out. So let's pack up and yeah, go over there. Here we are back at the castle, and as you can see, the weapons of war have been removed. Sausage has retreated after defeat at the jousting tournament. But right inside here, I found this little cart here with a white flag of surrender and a message from Sausage right here. Let's check this out. Let's have a look. 69 pages. Well, I have actually read this already, and the general gist of this is that he was wrong to declare war, and he has renounced his throne. If you want to read what he says here, you can pause the video and go through the things. But it turns out that the clues has led him to Bubbles, who found him on an island. Go check out his video if you want to see that. And all of these pages here are blank. So let's skip right over to the very end. Oh man, so many pages. There. Oh, P.S. I am still the one true king. I just chose not to be right now. Yes, well, we all know who won the jousting tournament. So yes, that's it. I am the true king of the server. Undisputed. That's it. I knew it would happen. I knew it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, then please hit the like button. And if you're new, then feel free to subscribe. And if you've got any comments or suggestions, then get it in that comment section. All right, my geeks, until next time, I will see you later.